Extraordinary people, happy Monday to you all. I don't know where you may be in the world watching this, but just know that you are extraordinary. This is Zainabu bringing you another motivational vitamin on your Motivational Mondays. You are extraordinary. So I hope your day is going great so far. Your Monday's going great. And just taking advantage of being given another day, another opportunity to be able to create this extraordinary legacy, to be able to create extraordinary things. And today I want to talk to you about failing backwards, no, rather falling backwards to fail forward. Falling backwards to fail forward. And I'll get into what exactly that means. For me personally, I believe on this journey that I'm on, I always want to be transparent because my transparency should be able to help you, should be able to encourage you. So, what's the purpose of me putting something out there that's not really happening in my life, what have you? Because in building people, in creating and bringing change and transformation in the lives of people, it requires transparency. And for me, I'm constantly going through improvement, constant change. So, for those of you who are also on that same journey, I know sometimes we get to a point where it seems like it's a roadblock or it's a blockage, a stop, and a setback. And you might have been working on something great and you just knew for sure that it's going to go through, but somehow ended up falling through instead. And that can be discouraging, that can be disappointing, but sometimes falling, actually going backwards to fail forward is part of this journey. I believe it's also a requirement because it builds strength, it builds character, it builds humility in you because all of those things are necessary. All of those things are essential in traveling on this journey and creating an extraordinary legacy. So I say that to say maybe you might be that person who um, maybe was in your own. You were living on your own, but on this journey to follow your purpose in life, things happen, maybe financially, maybe physically, whatever it is. And it takes you back to a place that you were not necessarily go back to. But somehow you find yourself in that. And for me, as some of you who are on here who listen to, my story throughout the past year, where I walk away from my job as a huge leap of faith. Yes, people may look at it as crazy, or you didn't put a plan, or you didn't put a plan in place. Trust me, never say never to anything, because you never know where you find yourself in the future. We only know about today. We don't know what tomorrow holds. So sometimes you might put that plan in place and it looks concrete. It looks like it's going to just go through. But moving forward, you may hit that roadblock, that setback, that will bring discouragement. But you don't want to be discouraged. You want to keep moving. So for me, as a result of quitting that job, I find myself in situations where, coming back home to live with mother, when I had left the house already, losing things, my car, my place. And you find yourself in that place again where, man, I never imagined to go back home to my mother's house or father's house or whomever, wherever you came from, wherever you were before taking out this venture and taking out this journey to truly becoming your own person. And so we find ourselves in that place again. And others, sometimes even around you, maybe friends, family members, people might discourage you from the things they say, but just remember there's always someone who has a supportive edge for you. For me, maybe that mother, an uncle, a pastor, a friend, whatever that person, whomever that person may be in your life, there's going to be someone. While it may seem like the whole world is against you, there's someone out there maybe you can fall back on. And so for me, that's where I find myself right now. And especially I launched an event now that's going to be annually, the Extraordinary Men and Women Gathering, and I was just in awe. I'm still in awe in this high excitement, enthusiasticness of I don't know if it's enthusiasticness is a word, but I'm making it a word. So I was in that high, like, wow, I really did this thing with the help of others because it just wasn't me. With the help of others, we really brought this thing to life, and it's here, it's birth. And so I was still so excited by that, and even right now in the stage of in the phase of planning the next one, and bam, something else come along where I find myself back at my mother's house. But you know what? It seems like it's a setback, but it's just a fall back on in order to fail forward, because continuous success, it's all things and conditions, circumstances that seems like you're going backwards, and that failing aspect of it. But through our failures, success comes, strength comes, humility comes, greater ideas come to elevate you and taking you and catapulting you to that next level of success. So while that setback may seem hurtful or disappointing or discouraging, you don't want to stay there. You don't want to stop doing what you're doing, because now maybe you just have to go back to regroup. It's not the time to be like, oh, had I just done this differently, had I, talked to this person or what have you. You know what? You're here right now. You only know about this moment. Don't try to look maybe what mistakes you thought you made, or maybe what other mistakes people thought that you made. It might not have been a mistake. It might just be maybe the plan was not concrete enough. But now, and same thing in my position, there are things now I can do in this place to help me to get to that success. So I'm failing forward. So it may seem like a failure right now, it may seem like a setback, but it's only positioning me. And likewise, you might be in that same position. Maybe you have bankruptcy, a divorce, whatever that thing is for you. What can you do from this point on to make the greatest move of your life that is going to get you to that greater potential that you know you were born for, and creating extraordinary success and extraordinary legacy, not just for yourself and others. So don't be discouraged. Sometimes those setbacks are required. So falling backwards in order to fail forward. Stay strong, stay focused, stay committed. Don't lose hope. You go out there today. Let's create something extraordinary, because you are extraordinary.